welcome to Fore Sports Talk. I am Joel Wilson, the digital guru, and today we've got a hot button topic: the massive gambling scandal with the NBA, headlined by Coach Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier and a host of others. The bombshell on October 23rd, 2025. Federal authorities arrested more than 30 individuals in two intertwined investigations, one focused on insider sports betting, the other on rigged poker games tied to organized crime. Billups, currently the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, was among them, accused of participating in a poker ring that allegedly cheated wealthy players out of at least $7 million. Meanwhile, player Terry Rozier is accused of providing inside information for prop betting and faking an injury to facilitate prop bets. The scoop: mafia families, rigged games, high-tech cheating devices. This isn't your backyard poker game. Now, why this matters to the NBA: integrity, fair play, trust. It's all on the line. The NBA has embraced legal sports betting in recent years, partnering with sports books, with promoting in-game odds, the whole nine yards. Now the question: did this embrace also open the door for corruption? The league's commissioner, Adam Silver, has said he was deeply disturbed by the allegations. But if a coach or a player is involved in betting or on rigged games, the ripple has a huge effect. Fans are going to wonder whether performances they're real or whether the outcomes have been tampered with, whether they pay to watch is authentic. The scandal isn't just about bad actor; it's about the system behind it. Now, where Billups and the poker scheme fit in. Let's drill into Chauncey Billups. And the indictment says that he was the face card, air quoting here, a famous athlete used to lure wealthy gamblers into rigged, high-stakes poker games operated by mafia families, the Bonomo, the Gambino, the Lucchese. These games reportedly use ultra sophisticated cheating tech. I mean, this is James Bond stuff. Rigged shufflers, x-ray tables, marked cards, contact lenses, and a hell of a lot more. And the victims, lured by the promise of playing with a superstar, then losing big. Billups' attorney says Billups is innocent and he's going to fight the allegations. In parallel, let's take Terry Rozier. He's accused of sharing non-public information about his own status in team situations for bettors to exploit. For example, leaving the game early with a supposed injury so bets could be placed on the underline for him to perform. The FBI said that these bets had totaled more than $200,000 on his underline across multiple prop bets. This is not just acting shady. This is insider trading for sports. Now, here's the big question. It's for the sports, the fans, the business, for everyone. How deep does this go? With two investigations, one for rigged poker and the other for internal betting, you have to ask, are these outliers or the tip of the iceberg? And how will the NBA regulate and enforce? The league's stated top priority is integrity. But admitting that and demonstrating that are two completely different things. And what about the message to younger player coaches and then the next generation of talent? If your mentor or role model is alleged to be organizing rigged games, that's a potential negative. What about the fans and the stakeholders to the NBA? They pay big money for tickets, for subscriptions, and how can they trust that the game is real and it's not shaken up? And how do corporate partners, sports books, media rights holders respond? If betting is a major revenue stream, but betting can corrupt the game, how's that going to work? Well, here's the Fore Sports Talk take. This isn't a watershed moment. Not just because someone got caught, but because the system that lets this happen is being exposed. Billups and Rozier may be innocent until proven guilty, absolutely, but the appearance of wrongdoing is already damaging. The NBA made a choice to lean into gambling, and now at least one monster is showing up. And if you open the door to gambling in sports, you open the door to corruption. Let's call it what it is. This isn't about a midnight poker game with friends. This is organized crime, high stakes, rigging, and cheating. If the league is serious about protecting its brand and authenticity of the product, it must move faster and harder than we've seen historically in sports. Finally, if you're a fan, then it's okay to feel blindsided. If you're an athlete or a coach, you better understand the boundaries and the risk. And if you're into sports media or business like me, you better be ready to ask the awkward questions. In short, Billups and Rozier will have face court appearances. Legal process will unfold. The NBA will review its policies, possibly tighten enforcement on betting disclosures, insider information, involvement with gambling. Congress may even step in. Sports betting regulation is now in the spotlight. In the longer term, we may see changes in how the league monitors both analytics, how athletes and coaches engage with gamblers, how teams and leagues safeguard integrity. And fans might become more skeptical, which, frankly, they should. That's my rant. A scandal like this doesn't just shift headlines. It threatens the very foundation of what makes sports meaningful. It's no longer did they just score or not. It's, was the system compromised to begin with? If you have any questions, if you want to comment, contact us on the text line, 843-418-3673. Drop me a line, Joel at thedigitalguru323.com. Until then, this is Joel Wilson, the Digital Guru, and I will see you next week.